Everyone has superstitions, right? You need to sleep on the left side of the bed because it's good luck. You don't want to walk under a ladder because it's bad luck. You got to say goodbye to a Ouija board, otherwise you're going to have some potentially bad things happen to you. Don't ever have your foot sticking out from underneath your blanket whenever you're sleeping, otherwise the ghost under your bed is going to get it. YouTube's no different, right? But rather than calling them superstitions, we call them YouTube myths. There's already hundreds of videos out there talking about these YouTube myths, and they've all given them their stamp of approval, saying that they've all been debunked. But should all of these YouTube myths actually be debunked? What I want to do is I want to give some of these YouTube myths another look and give them a legitimate fair trial. So I'm your judge, Judge Max, and I'm going to be passing judgment on these 4 myths to decide whether they should remain debunked or if they should be given a second look. Our first YouTube myth on trial is going to be call to actions and intro sequences. The myth: you need a high quality intro sequence as well as you need to have call to actions asking people to like, subscribe, and comment on your videos. Original verdict: call to actions and intro sequences can actually disrupt the flow of your video and hurt your overall watch time. The original prosecution's argument was intro sequences and call to actions have been part of YouTube for as long as we can remember. Asking someone to like, comment, and subscribe has always been a way to remind people to support the video. High quality intro sequences also seem like a way to add a lot of professionalism to your video as well. It's just something you've always seen, right? See Exhibit A here. PewDiePie's audience for a while was making him new themed Cocomelon intro sequences for every one of his videos. Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, both of these have come in question as of late because YouTube has continued to push creators to focus on watch time and creating an overall positive viewer experience. To focus on intro sequences first, intro sequences have been directly associated to disrupt the flow of the video. Specifically toward newer creators that aren't well known on the platform, this can actually directly hurt their overall watch time because people just leave out of the video once the intro sequences has lasted too long. Our argument toward call to actions is that YouTube has been a platform that's been around for a long time, so doing a lot of these things like commenting, subscribing is already well aware to the viewer. And since people are already aware of these call of actions, spending 20 to 40 seconds asking people to like, comment, subscribe, go follow them on other social media platforms really hurts the video performance of that creator. So what we as the prosecution are asking for is that call to actions and intro sequences be debunked so that way newer creators can avoid making these in their videos. The original defendant's argument: just like how YouTube has evolved their system to focus more on watch time and viewer experience, why don't you as the creator focus on evolving your intro sequences and call to action? Our argument to evolve intro sequences is this: creators should be testing their videos with and without intro sequences to see how their audience responds. One simpler option is to have a quick stinger transition that is no more than a few seconds as well. For call to actions, instead of having a whole segment in the beginning or middle of the video dedicated to this, why don't the creators actually have a creative and more fun way of asking for the viewer to do an action like, comment, or subscribe? Exhibit A, you can do something like a question of the day at the end of the video to ask people to comment on the video and leave some answers to a question that you asked. Exhibit B, you can randomly verbally ask for a like on the video, or you can have some sort of visuals that encourage people to like the video. For subscribing, you can have some sort of lower third pop-up that pops up in the middle of the video asking people to subscribe to the channel. We as the defense continue to want to encourage creators to create intro sequences and have call to actions in their videos, but they just need to be a little bit more creative on how they do these call to actions, and they also probably need to make their intro sequences a little bit shorter. Judge Max's final verdict: I'm siding with the defense on this one because this one definitely needs a second look. For me personally, I don't use intro sequences in my video anymore, but I do use call to actions from time to time. So if you're doing call to actions and intro sequences in your videos and you're noticing some weird things happen around the time that these are going on, you might want to just remove them from your videos for the time being until you can figure out a more creative way of adding these into your video. The second case we're going to be looking at is you need more subscribers to be successful on YouTube. The myth: subscribers are very important for success on YouTube. The original verdict: subscribers are not as important as they used to be. People are served creators content even if they are not subscribed to them. The original prosecution argument: subscribers are what make YouTube tick. Subscribing to a YouTuber is like making the ultimate sign of commitment and giving that creator your seal of approval. A lot of the prestigious rewards and features on YouTube are tied to you hitting certain subscriber milestones. Up until a few years ago, there seemed to be a lot of creators tying subscriber counts to overall success on YouTube. Now, as YouTubers have been given more information through analytics like the returning viewers metric more specifically, it's becoming more apparent that you don't need to actually be subscribed to a channel to be served their content on YouTube. Exhibit A is community posts. Once you've actually interacted with a community post, even if you're subscribed to that channel or not, you're going to start being served that creator's community post more often. We as a prosecution want to move to have this debunked because there's so much evidence proving that subscribers don't matter as much as they used to, and the fact that you can actually be served creators content even if you're not subscribed to them now. The original defendant's argument: subscribers are just as important today as they were 10 years ago. There's plenty of examples on YouTube showing that you gaining more subscribers subscribers on YouTube is actually going to give you more success. You can see this with pretty much every large creator. As their subscribers grow, the majority of their views start coming from their actual subscribers. As a defense, we admit that subscribers may not be as important as they used to be. However, they still are on the top of the list and should be something you really focus on. Judge Max's final verdict: these actually need a second look. I agree with the defendant's overall premise that as the creator starts to get more subscribers, more of their views start coming from actual subscribers and less from non-subscribers. The prosecution actually has a lot of really good things to add here as well, because returning viewers is actually a really important metric. Returning viewers are people who have watched more than one of your videos, whether they're subscribed or not subscribed, so that's why this is technically a little bit more important than your subscriber count. The bottom line here is this: focus on making as good of content as you can. Your subscriber counts will increase, your returning viewers numbers will increase, everything will increase. So ultimately, yes, subscribers are semi-important, but they're not the thing you should be ultimately focusing on. On to case number 3, which is you need to post daily videos or weekly videos to stay consistent and please the algorithm. The myth: you need to post daily or at least weekly to please the algorithm, and this is how YouTube will start to promote your content. The original verdict: there's sufficient data, and YouTube has even said this themselves, that you don't need to post daily or even weekly. The algorithm treats each video individually of each other, so it really doesn't matter what your upload schedule is. The original prosecution's argument was that YouTube's algorithm is insanely sophisticated. We don't really know exactly how it works outside of what YouTube has told us and what our best guesses are based on data. Exhibit A: YouTube stated back in 2011 that they really focused on pushing videos that got a lot of clicks, aka had a high CTR. In 2012, YouTube stated that they actually changed this to focus on videos that actually got a higher watch time. Today, the algorithm still focuses on watch time, however, it does focus more on the viewer experience, meaning that they want people to be enjoying themselves and staying on YouTube for as long as possible. The reason where all this came from anyway is because a lot of the older creators on YouTube actually uploaded quite frequently and saw a lot of success. Creators uploaded daily, multiple times a week, weekly, but the idea was that you wanted to upload to YouTube as much as possible. So over time, as creators have evolved and their videos have become more increasingly complex, they found out that they can condition their viewers to respond to whatever upload frequency that they would like. So ultimately, we as the prosecution want to debunk the myth that says you need to upload daily or weekly even, because it really doesn't matter when you actually upload your videos anymore. The defense's original argument: so let's be real, daily uploads are extremely hard for most people to keep up with. Exhibit A: channels like Linus Tech Tips actually need to create whole companies in order to keep up with their daily uploads. Exhibit B is channels like PewDiePie actually need editors working around the clock even if they're not uploading daily. We say all this to say this: there is something to you uploading more often that actually does lead to you having more success on YouTube. Uploading daily is difficult, yes, but this gives you 7 different chances each week to have 1 or more successful videos. Same thing with uploading weekly. This gives you 4 different chances each month to have at least 1 or more successful videos. So we as a defense believe that daily and weekly uploads are still tied to you having a successful YouTube channel, so you should be at least trying to, at the bare minimum, be uploading weekly. Judge Max's final verdict: this is actually still debunked. The reason why I think this is debunked is because I agree with the prosecution that you don't need to upload daily or weekly. What's more important is that you upload the best content that you can. Once you develop better skills, your upload frequency will increase naturally. But the one thing that the defense said that's actually 100% true is that when you upload more often, this gives you more chances to have a successful video. The bottom line is that you need to find the best schedule that works for you, but at the end of the day, the best thing you can do is create the best content you can and upload it when you can. The next one is it's too late to grow on YouTube because it's oversaturated. The myth: YouTube is oversaturated, you're too late to the party, and it's very difficult to grow anymore. The original verdict: it's never too late and there's still a lot of creators growing daily. The original prosecution's argument: YouTube has been around for a very long time. For the longest time, people have said that the only reason why larger creators are where they are is because they were lucky and were in the right place at the right time. This is true. YouTube does have some level of luck associated to growth. Before this lucky moment, however, you need to develop skills, best practices, and create systems so that way you can take advantage and ride the potential wave of success in front of you. When you ask a lot of younger people today what they want to be when they grow up, a lot of them all say YouTubers. With that in mind, these younger people are growing up watching YouTube, thus increasing the amount of potential creators, but also more importantly, increasing the amount of viewers on the platform. So yes, we as a prosecution believe you can 100% become a YouTube content creator if you just start creating content right now. The defense's argument: there's a lot of people who start uploading on YouTube because they want to become full-time creators. A lot of them follow the rules. They upload frequently, they evolve their content quality to make it look better, they adjust their editing styles, they do whatever they need to do, and they do it right. But they don't get anywhere. Why is that? Because YouTube is oversaturated. You show me one big successful tech creator, I can show you thousands more tech channels that just didn't make it. Most of the larger creators are where they are because they were early adopters or got some sort of lucky break in some way or another. The defense pushes to not lie to creators and actually tell them the truth. YouTube is oversaturated and it's going to be impossible for you to grow now. Judge Max's final verdict? Still sort of debunked. Look, I definitely don't believe that it's too late for new creators to grow because there's new creators actually growing every day. More and more people consume content daily on YouTube. New creators get just as many bites of the apple as larger ones. YouTube has stated multiple times that the algorithm favors a more positive viewer experience above anything else. Now, is this always perfect? Absolutely not. Which is why I actually still think that this is sort of debunked, not fully debunked. Let's be real here. YouTube is extremely difficult. It requires developing skills and a complete unwavering persistence. And also, it does require a little bit of luck. But that's everything in life, right? Everything in life requires just a little bit of luck to get through. So my final verdict is this: definitely not too late, but it's definitely not as easy as it used to be. I mentioned something about graduating a second ago, and that reminded me that I made this video right here that takes you back to school and teaches you everything you need to know about creating your first successful YouTube channel. But if you've already made one, did you do it the right way? You might want to watch this and find out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.